Okay, now regarding the back hatchway itself, you can see the tins back on and everything. I'm going to show you this. Notice the wood sticking down about 1.5 to 2 inches further than the size of the hole that's in the tin. Now the reason I did that is because I'm going to be putting a bed back here. I didn't want the bed to be so terribly high off the floor, so I lowered the size, made the size of the hatch smaller so that the edge of the bed will be a little bit shorter. Didn't want to go too much shorter because I still wanted a good hatch. So this is the frame of the hatch. I'll just zoom in on this part. You can see right there it's welded there, but otherwise we have some screws there too, and I am hoping what I can do is take those screws out, and we're going to trim this down just a little bit, just kind of zing it off right there, do a 45 just like there was on there. We'll do that with the miter saw. Got a good carbide bit, so it should cut that aluminum okay. And then we'll trim that to the exact size to set on here, and then the what do you want to call it? I've heard it called the eyebrow. I've heard it called a few different things. It comes off here. It's kind of at an angle. That'll sit just about that much lower, so we'll still have siding above it. And then I'll have to figure something out for these screw holes. But anyway, that's the plan for that. So, okay, here we are. We got those pieces in there. Looking really nice there. Just took it and I measured it from this bottom edge right here, right up to there. That's all I did, you know, just from there to down to the bottom. And I cut it just a little bit long, and then fit it up in there. And then you could just zing off the tiniest little bits, and we got her to fit real nice and sharp in there. I mean, that's I'm impressed. You can see I don't have the weather stripping in this side yet. This is just tacked in place for right now till I do the rebuild the rest of it. Then we'll take it out and we'll re-putty it properly. So that's how I did that, one side at a time. As much as you try and get this stuff square, it doesn't always turn out that way, although this time it did. I was really impressed with that. So, yeah. So I just cut it just over here on the miter saw. This is just a standard carbide saw blade. I forget what brand this is, but just any good standard carbide will cut aluminum just fine. These little pieces I took off there, really nice. Just cut real slow with it. Worked pretty well. Might use some JB Weld on those edges once we're done. But for right now, I got what I need to start rebuilding this. That's kind of humming and hawing over when I do this, whether I'm gonna, because this is framed with 1x material, but I'm not sure. I'm thinking I may just do 1x again, and we'll do insulation, because I'm insulating the walls in here, because this is going to be like the cargo hatch here, which is going to go from there back to about the width, just short of a double bed wide. I'm going to throw this right in the middle of here, working on the hatch. This little device right here is the Kreg joiner, Kreg tool. This thing is the best tool for working on this stuff. This is the 1x4 we're going to put in here. This thing is the best for doing these, because you can nail down just exactly where you want to do it, do the pocket screw joinery, pocket hole joinery, and it works awesome when you're working with this light 3/4 inch material. This is awesome. If you're doing anything like this, cabinet work, I'm talking anything, even framing. A lot of the framing in there I did with the Kreg joiner, or the Kreg jig. Kreg jig. I can't remember which one this is. Well, anyway, you can see it. It cost a couple bucks. I forget exactly how much, but they are worth it. And there it is. The back hatch is in place. I'm not going to tell you this is perfect, because it isn't. On the bottom, it's right, I mean, couldn't get a credit card in there. And on the top, it's just a little bit off. I mean, it's like just a smidge too tall. You can see right there. But from what I can tell, I should have enough room right in there. I think these screws might be hitting it a little bit too, because those screws aren't really what I should be using, but this tiny little bit I think I can sing off of there. If I take those, use some flatter screws, and I could just take my grinder and just sing a little bit off of there, I think I'll be able to leave this as it is. I'll be able to drop it in a little bit. This is just screwed on there. It's not glued or anything. I'll get those edges straightened out. A little bit of a gap right there, but all in all, considering, pretty happy with it. We'll work on that. Maybe we can shim it a little bit. We'll see. But this, you know, the hinges aren't in place yet. So, on the whole, pretty happy with it. So we'll be doing that eyebrow that goes up there. And gotta get a new T-handle for that. And everything. But that was what I was intending to achieve. How it all looks from the inside. We'll put some insulation on there and everything should be good. So got that done, tins tacked on. I gotta tack the underside of that part yet. I haven't gotten that far, but I'm happy with it. Not too bad for well, it's probably an 8-hour day altogether. Hopefully tomorrow, which is Friday or maybe Saturday, we'll do some insulation. It's the next step. So till tomorrow, or next time, YouTube, it's been fun, and we'll catch you in the next video.